Okay, so here's another fanfiction idea that I kind of just toyed around with, but I've got a reason why I decided not to do this one. So this is, as you can see, Randy Cunningham, Ronin. Now, if you're wondering what that means, is that this was kind of set, it was kind of like a Marvel Randy Cunningham crossover, where in this, Randy has given up being the ninja and has taken on the identity of Ronin. If you guys know your Marvel, then you'd know that, and for those who don't, I'll explain right now. Ronin is a character that was it's been kind of a multiple used, excuse me, that's a poor use of grammar. It was a multiple personas have used the title of Ronin. First, it was used by Clint Barton when he came back to life after Avengers Disassembled. Then after that, it was his brother Barney Barton. Following that, it was I think there was someone in between, but at the time, Blade was the recent Ronin. But I think there's a new one now, if I'm not mistaken. I just can't think of the name. So yeah, Blade. So yeah, Blade, Hawkeye. Several people have used this identity of Ronin. But yeah, this is, and it was all used for hero titles. This time, however, Ronin was actually going to be given to Randy, and it was actually going to live up to the name Ronin, meaning masterless, basically a masterless warrior. And in here, in this story, is that this is a story where Randy has fallen away from the Namicon. He has become a threat. He's basically fallen from the light. And in here, Randy basically is... What happens is that Randy has joined the Hand. He has left the title of the ninja behind, taken on the identity of Ronin, and has basically joined the Hand because it had... the reason being is that during a fight... Sorry, I lost my train of thought there for a second. Basically, during a fight between Randy and some of McFist's robots, Teresa, his love interest, was wounded, and she was left in a coma and pretty much brain dead for the most part. So Randy, feeling guilty about this, he just blinked. He was angry at the Namicon. He was angry at being the ninja. But along comes the creep. If you know you're Randy Cunningham, and if you don't, I'll explain right now. There's basically a background character throughout both seasons of Randy Cunningham, Ninth Grade Ninja. And if they had gotten a third season, they were going to explore more of it, because at the end of season 2, it's revealed that, yeah, there is a reason why he's there. And he's always known about Randy. So, since it looks like we're not going to be getting it to season 3, I kind of had it in this headcanon that the creep was a warrior of the Hand. He was basically a agent of the Hand who had been watching over Randy since the first time he had met the ninja when he was younger. Well, one of the ninjas, I should say. So, the creep goes to Randy and says, "Hey, I know people who can help him. My organization can, heal her. You just need to work for us." And the Namicon was like, "No, don't trust these people. The Hand are bad. They've tried to corrupt the ninja before in the past, and the Hand has always had it out for the ninja and for the ninja Namicon." Of course, Randy, in a fit of guilt, he betrays the Namicon, he gives up the mask, and takes on the identity of Ronin to be their servant on the grounds that they can heal Teresa and, bring her back to him. So, of course, this is a major fall from grace, and the Namicon, in a panic because there's no ninja to protect Norrisville, it needs someone because it knows that the sorcerer, if it finds out that, the ninja has left, then, the sorcerer's just going to have a field day in Norrisville. So, the Namicon chooses Heidi, Howard's older sister, to fill in for, to be the new emergency ninja, basically, until a proper one can be found. Meanwhile, Randy, in the new title of Ronin, is going on several missions for the Hand. He is taking on, and I kind of had this thought process where he wouldn't be just an enemy of Daredevil. He would be an enemy of, like I said, Daredevil. He would be mostly he would be an enemy for the street-level characters. And you're probably wondering, well, wouldn't the Namicon erase Randy's thoughts of being the ninja? That's the thing. Randy didn't give the Namicon the opportunity to use the Mind Wipe on him. So what happens is that Randy has all the skills and knowledge that the Namicon trained to him, and now he's using it in the guise of Ronin. And that's not good. And he's willing to do anything to to save Teresa's life, even with joining with the Hand. And throughout the story, it was going to go that he was an enemy to Moon Knight, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, all the Marvel street level heroes. For the most part, that was kind of his, though he wasn't just fighting Daredevil. He was taking on everyone in the street level department. But yeah, that was the thing. And he was also going to be he was also going to be retrained by Black Tarantula. If you don't know who Black Tarantula is, he is a Daredevil character who has superhuman strength, martial artist. He's kind of like he's in a way like he's kind of like Daredevil's Bane in a way. That's the best way I could say, is like he was Daredevil's equivalent to Bane, except he has martial arts training and optic beams. Yeah. So yeah, he was going to be retrained by Black Tarantula, and he was going to kill people. He was definitely going to be, straight up murdering people left and right. So, I've always had this thought, and maybe I'll one day go back to it, but what really turned me off from doing this idea of doing a fallen hero and them going just totally balls out against everybody? Can you guess? If you said Hydra Cap, then you'd be right. Yeah, and I know, it's not Cap, it was Red Skull with a person with the Cosmic Cube in a way. Well, it was a person made from the Cosmic Cube. I know, but it's really turned me off, and, I've read more of Steven Rogers' Hydra Cap, and I have not been liking where it's been going. That's just me, though. If you enjoy Hydra Cap, that's totally fine. No ill will against you. Me, personally, I've just not been enjoying that, I've just not been enjoying that storyline, especially in the recent issues, where it almost seems like Cap enjoys being an agent of Hydra. Yeah, again, if anyone enjoys the Hydra Cap storyline, that's totally fine. But yeah, it's not gelling with me. That's just me, though. Anyway, so yeah, that was kind of the major thing. I was like, I really don't want to do this with. And again, it was kind of like trying to set up an entire plot line around that. So that was kind of the other thing. So yeah, there you go, guys. That was kind of the whole thing of Randy Cunningham was going to be Ronin, and it was going to be set also in the all new, all different Marvel universe. Well, so yeah, that was another thing. It was like, all new, all different Marvel universe. Same as Hydra Cap. Yeah. But yeah, this was. And again, I might go back to this story. Who knows? Again, there's a possibility of that happening. Again, and also again, it's the whole thing of, oh, this is a great idea. Where do I start? That's the thing with stories. Some of the times is that you've got a great premise and you've got some story details worked out, but it is a giant ass thing to get from characters from point A to point B. You know what I mean? So yeah. There you go, guys. That is pretty much my whole story right there. Or bits and pieces of it, anyway, that I had created. But you guys tell me, what did you guys think of this idea? Do you guys like it? Do you guys hate it? Just comment below, let me know. And once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and I will see you guys later.